This is Mr. Heater's Little Buddy. I saw the size of it, the shape of it, and I knew right away I had to have it because it fits perfectly for so many things that I do. Rather it's camping in a tent, or maybe you need backup heat in an RV, or I sometimes do truck camping or in the cab and even in the bed, and something like this would be perfect. However, there's two major concerns when you start putting something like this in small spaces. And the first one would obviously be fire. You know, catching something on fire from it being too close, or it tipping over and being hot enough to catch something on fire. And then the other one, carbon monoxide. I'm sure you've heard of it. You know, most of the newer homes have carbon monoxide detectors nowadays, but carbon monoxide is an odorless, colorless gas, and it's formed when fuels don't combust completely. And when they don't combust completely, it leaves carbon monoxide in the air. Now, carbon monoxide is slightly lighter than oxygen. However, it kind of mixes fairly evenly. So carbon monoxide can be up high, it can be, you know, down low, and it can be anywhere in between. So what I want to do today is I want to test that out. I want to test out Mr. Heater's Little Buddy in the tent. I'm going to use a Nemo 2-person Hornet tent. And it's a small 2-person tent. Like, I've had my son and I in here before, and if you're going to have a second person in here with you, you got to be pretty comfortable with them because it's kind of tight. But I want to try it in a tent this size because I think it'll amplify whatever results that we have. You know, if you have to keep your tent 5-6 feet away from the heater, then that's not going to work, and we're going to find that out in here. So I got a fire extinguisher nearby, so you know, nothing to worry about there. I want to see if this item description lives up to, you know, what they have in here. And it says literally in their item description, North America's most popular portable propane heater. This patented radiant 3,800 BTU liquid propane heater connects directly to a 1-pound cylinder and is the perfect solution for heating small enclosed spaces. Here it goes, up to 95 square feet in enclosed spaces like tents. It has tip over protection, but I don't see, typically there's like a switch or a toggle or something on the bottom. So somehow it must have like a float inside or something that closes if it tips over. It also has a oxygen depletion sensor, which is that's the important thing. Hopefully it would sense that. I don't think that we're going to have an issue inside this tent. However, I think this is an awesome experiment to find out. I'm going to start with a half-hour reading, so I'm going to have the Little Buddy heater running for a half an hour, and then I'm going to do a 2-hour reading, and then I'm going to do a 3.5-hour reading. And basically, there are 3 separate tests. To start the Little Buddy, it's very, very simple. It has an on button and an off button. There's no ability to adjust the heat. You get on and you get off. So, that's definitely something you need to keep in mind. And to turn the Little Buddy on, I'm going to point this away from my face, you just hold down the red button. And depending on how cold it is, when you let go of it and push it again, you should get a pilot. And you just hold that down for about 30, well, like I said, depending on how cold it is, 15 seconds if it's not too cold, and closer to 30 seconds if it's really cold. Let go of it, and there it goes. So I'm going to put the heater in this back corner, and you can see it's aimed directly at the peak of the tent here. And so I think that would be the safest as far as making sure I don't melt anything or burn anything. I am going to kind of keep it away from the edge here. I don't think there's a whole lot of heat on the back side. But I mean, I can tell you the heat is like, I'm going to start sweating already. Brand new, right out of the box, brand new batteries. I'm going to kind of place it in the middle here. And then I'm going to use this guy for temperature and humidity. All right, let's see what happens. Let's take some surface temperatures to see what the surface temperature is on this tent. 96 in the back here where the heater is, but the heater's facing the other direction. 102 here by the door, 103. On the front, 93, 92. This is where your feet would be. Front, other side, 89, 88. Lots of heat. Lots of heat. You can just feel it just come racing out of there. Man, that's perfect. When it first started, I thought it was going to be way too hot, but it is calm right now. You see the temperature in there. Now we're going to restart the test for a 2-hour test and see how things are then, but I imagine it's going to look a lot like that. 2 hours in, up here at the top, we're at about 120 degrees. About 92 on the back wall. The left door in the middle is about 100. Again, 120 towards the top. If you get right on the pole, it spikes a little bit. Front side down low, front side up high, right side up high, and this is the direction the heater's pointed. All right, we're gonna do this somewhat quick so we can get a So the 2-hour test was the exact same as the half-hour test, and the 3.5-hour test was the exact same as both of the other tests. I don't like the Little Buddy for a tent this small because placing it somewhere, it's too much. And you definitely run a risk of melting or burning your tent up. And so I had to keep a pretty good eye on this because it was concerning. I had a fire extinguisher right by. And if it's safe for a tent of this size, then any tent above a 2-person tent, I would say, you're more than capable of running this thing as long as you want. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not scared at all to take one of these in a larger tent or my RV. If you use any type of propane heater in a tent or a small space, they're not that much money. I think this one was like 12 bucks, and they're gonna keep you safe. They said the Little Buddy is perfect for tents in small spaces up to 95 square feet. And I would say they're right. But you need enough space to be able to point it without burning something up because it doesn't tilt. I mean, it looks like it tilts, but it's fixed. You could feel a major difference in here when the heater's running down where your feet are versus where your head is. I mean, major difference. So you're not gonna get an even heating. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned something. I'd appreciate it if you do me a favor, share the video with someone who may be interested in something like this. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below. If you have a question, leave that down in the comment section. I hope you guys have an awesome week, and I'll see you on the next video.